too cold, I make it turn the fan off. You snaking at your mans like you had this shit banned off.
Good afternoon, my Forest family. How y'all doing today? Today is Friday, October the 10th. Hopefully you woke up on the right side of the bed. Hopefully you are having a great, wonderful day today. Today, you guys, we're going to talk about I've been silent too long. Those of you who know, I have been very silent when it comes to my life, my decisions, and my choice making. Far as my children, some people in my life have been angry with me about some of the decisions and choices I made between the ages of 23 to 25 to 27 because of the particular situation that I was going through at the time. Those of you who know, I went through a lot in my life at that time. Those of you who know, I was homeless for a while. I was on the verge of getting my lights cut off several times, my gas and my electric, cable, and other things of that nature. I wasn't able to keep both my daughters together because those of you who know, I was unable to take care of both of them at the time. And it was very mind boggling. It took me a while to really understand why God took me through what I went through to get to where I'm at, to where I'm going in the future. I went through a lot. Those of you who know, I had grandparents and a parent who I love dearly. And after seeing them pass away, being sick, uh, in and out of hospitals, um, taking different medications and different chemo treatments and other things of that nature, it took a very hard toll on me. And a lot of people don't know that. It damaged me a lot, especially with my grandpa. Those of you who know, we were very, very close. I was very, very close with my grandma and my mom as well. And they all three of them died from different types of cancer. Um, when I first found out my grandpa had cancer, I was about 10 years old, maybe at the time, and they gave him approximately, I believe it was like 6 months at that time, and that was back in 1999, 2000. Fast forward a couple years later, he was re-diagnosed again, and they gave him 6 months. I think the first time was like 3 to 6 years, and I think the second time was 6 months. No, go play. No, go eat. So it was very hard losing him at first because it took me through depression really bad, you all. And I had it so bad to where I had to take medication almost like 3 to 5 years. Because I was 15 when he passed away. And it took me 5 years to get myself off the medication because I was such in depression mode. And then later on in my life, when I was 21, something really drastic happened to me. I'm not going to get into what. But I never got over that either. It took me about 5 to almost 7 years to forgive that particular person for what they did to me at that time. I don't think I wanted to forgive that person at that time because I didn't know how, and I was already depressed and going through stuff with my mom and my grandma, being sick off and on and stuff like that. Those of you who know, when my grandma first got diagnosed, that was back in between 2010 and 2012, and they gave her between 1 to 3 years to live at the time. Now, at the time, My mom was very healthy as a horse. She really didn't have any medical issues far as health wise. But those of you who know, she had grandma seizures for years and years. From when she was like a little bitty baby till she was probably like almost 20. They went away for about 20 years until she had me. After she had me, she had a really, really severe one from what I was told. I don't know how true that is because that was almost 35 years ago. But they said it affected, I guess, my brain development, I guess, in a sense. Because those of you who know, I was diagnosed when I was like 5 or 6 years old with a chemical imbalance in my brain and stuff like that. So I had to be put in special education for many, many years, try to get myself out of it for many, many years. I really didn't have help. I had my grandparents, but that's pretty much it. Those of you who know, they had limited education, so I couldn't really depend on them like I wanted to. And I didn't have any other family members that really wanted to help at that time because I was so young. And everybody had their own lives and they had things going on, so I really didn't have nobody really to ask. After I got older, it started getting pretty worse after that, y'all. And yeah, I went through so many different phases when I was young. From 15 till I was like 27, I went through a lot of different anger issues, problems. I went through therapy, trying to, hey, don't start. She didn't take your toy. She was finna give it back to you. Stop. Now go play. Go. She's gonna give it back to you. Go play. But I went through therapy after maybe like 7 years after my grandpa died. I went to therapy for quite a few years. For like the next 7 years, I went to therapy for a minute. And it helped a lot, don't get me wrong, but there was still stuff that was still unsolved, that I felt like still wasn't being solved to my liking. And I was telling my therapist that I had at the time what I was going through with a particular family member of mine, and I felt like they didn't want me to be successful, and they didn't want me to have a life, and they didn't want me to have anything outside of what I already had and what I was supposed to have in life. Close the door and turn that down, please. Thank you. And stuff like that. So that's how I felt. Because I was always told that I wasn't going to have an education, that I wasn't going to have a place of my own, whether it was a house or an apartment. I was always told I was never going to have money or have jobs. I was told that I wasn't going to be able to have children of my own. And I wasn't going to have a relationship with someone who was in love with me or was interested in me enough. And stuff like that. And it took years for me to accept what someone said, about me, far as, because I was told this very, very young. So I was probably no more than maybe between 10 to 15 years old. Maybe I might have been younger than that. But I was always told that. I was always told by teachers that I wasn't going to graduate, that I wasn't going to have no type of education. I wasn't going to be able to go to college and trade schools and different things of that nature. But I did graduate elementary and middle school and high school as well with a certificate of completion, even though I was in special education. I only had a selective amount of teachers that really did want to help me. I had about maybe 7 teachers that I could think of, maybe 8, maybe 9, at least about 9 that had an interest in my in me as far as educational wise. But anywho, yeah, y'all. I went through so many trials and tribulations to get where I'm at. Even though when I got to where I am, y'all, it's still not better as I would like it to be. It's a lot better than what it used to be 8-9 years ago. It's not where it should be. Let's put it that way. And I'm not gonna say a lot of it is other people's fault. I'm not gonna say it's all my fault either. It's kind of both. Others' fault and mine. Because I let so many people in my life dictate my life. And try to be in charge of what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and who I was trying to be in life. I had particular relationships with people, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally, that wanted to destroy me individually. I don't know if it's because they was jealous of who I was or who I was trying to be or who God called me to be as far as having a purpose in life, and how far I was supposed to go. And I've asked God many times, like, do I still have a purpose? Do I still have a meaning? Do I still have all these things that you told me I still have? It's not that I don't. I think the gifts that God has given me over the years, I took advantage of in a sense. Those of you who know, I used to write in my journal a lot. One point in time, I used to write poems. I used to play piano. I used to play the organ. I used to play like instruments in school. I had so much confidence in things. I guess after being bullied for so many years, I lost confidence in a whole bunch of stuff. And after I got to be an adult, it's still like I was being bullied in a sense. And I still lost confidence more and more each time. I do have the confidence to go back to doing certain things that I did as a kid. I don't know. I don't feel like it's too late to do them in a sense. But to start over or to start where I left off would take a lot of energy. It would take a lot of mind power to do those stuff. Not saying I can't do it. Not saying I don't want to. It's just when you have so much going on in life, far as having children or having a relationship with somebody, and then carrying a child on top of that, plus whatever you have going on mentally, physically, and emotionally, can take a total on you. Especially if you still feel like people trying to take over your life or trying to take you, trying to be charged of your life or trying to throw you under the bus or under the tunnel and make you feel worse than what you already feel in general. And when you don't get enough praise and enough thanks and enough appreciation for things you do for people, whether it's inside your household or outside your household or in between, makes you feel like, what's the point? I've said many times, and I've said this to y'all, when I was probably like 21, y'all, when I tried to take my life, I really wanted to do that because it was so much I dealt with. And even now, that still crosses my mind that I should have. None of my kids would be here if I was. What's wrong? Why is he crying? But, yeah, y'all, it's just been a roller coaster of different emotions, you all. The emotions that I've had over the years have gotten, the emotions aren't any better and they aren't any worse. They're in between right now. because I just been feeling so many different type of feelings and emotionals. Not just because I'm pregnant. I know that's some of it, but I know a lot of it is because I still let people walk all over me. I still let people make me feel like I'm a doormat, or I'm small, or I'm insignificant, or I don't have an opinion or an option to change my particular situation or to make myself better than what I'm supposed to be, far as life in general. And a lot of it I've done to myself as well. It's not just other people that have done it to me. I've done it to myself too, and I have let so many people do that. Even when I did have friends, I had friends that were just trying to destroy me as well. A particular person that y'all know that I was telling y'all about in a video, probably like a couple months ago. I was friends with that person, but they were so, I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was a lot, y'all. It was a lot, cuz I felt like she was trying to sabotage my relationship with not just my children, not just my relationship, or just the relationship I had within myself. Um, she made it worse. Maybe the last 3 or 4 times. The last time I had to completely cut her off because I felt like, what was the point of being friends with you if you did stuff that I didn't ask you to do, or I didn't want you to do, or I didn't expect you to do, and then, talk about me like I wasn't right in front of you. I talk about my children's father, and other things and stuff like that, and then have the audacity to call me not once but twice and try to have conversations and send messages on Messenger saying, hey, I'm in your best interest because I love you. I just don't want you to get hurt and all this other stuff. But, like I said, people gonna feel how they gonna feel about you, no matter if you feel that way about you. It's not how they feel about you. It's about how you feel about you. And I'm not saying I feel the greatest about me. I'm not saying I feel the worst about me. I'm not saying I feel in between feelings as far as all good and all bad. I'm not saying all my feelings are bad. I'm not saying they're all good either. But they are what they are. Whatever they are is what they are. I accept my feelings for what they are at this particular moment in my life. I'm trying to do better as far as think differently, think more positive instead of negative so much. It's not easy. It's better said than done, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, y'all. I want to thank y'all for being my listening ear. Thank you for your love, all your support, all your prayers, and stuff like that for my children, myself, baby, and stuff like that. I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all for liking the videos, the shorts, the lives, tuning in every day, every week, every month, every year. I appreciate it. Thank you for your positive comments. Whether they're positive or not, it's okay. I appreciate either one. Hey, be nice. Harmony, apologize. That's not nice to say. And stuff like that. But I love you. God loves you. We're going to keep going and growing. Remember, I love you guys. Remember, I appreciate you. Remember, I thank you for everything that y'all do, showing up and showing out. Remember, always remember, y'all, that we are in this together. We're going to make this happen. Okay? We are doing good on this channel. Like I said, y'all gotta stay tuned in with me. Like I said, I have missed 2 weeks, you guys, because life has been life, and I've been going through a lot of stuff, carrying baby, and other stuff. Just keep praying for baby. Keep praying for me. Keep praying for my children. I love you, and I thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.